Over the years, I've read thousands of scripts, and I can tell you where most of them have ended up. In the circular file. However, every now and then, I get a script so hilariously, unbelievably bad that I have to save it for posterity. There's one such script I've held on to now for, 8 or 9 years. To be honest, I'm not sure how it made its way to the company I was working for at the time. It has all the earmarks of a slush pile script, and yet somehow it got to an assistant who didn't take this sort of thing. My theory has always been she requested the script so she could use it to torture me. The first thing you notice is the script is significantly thicker than most other screenplays. A quick flip to the back page will confirm it's just shy of 160 pages in length, about 40 pages and 33% longer than the accepted norm. You'd also notice the first 15 or so pages bound in the script are not actually part of the script. Beneath the cover page is the table of contents that helpfully explains there is an introduction, overview, and a section on marketing considerations. These marketing considerations include observations on the particular cultural subset depicted in the film, as well as the author's commitment to marketing. I'll say this now. As a screenwriter, it's not your job to tell the producers and marketing department how to market their film. Yes, you need to give them something marketable, but then shut up and let them do their jobs. Oh, and the writer also included several pages of reviews from their last book. Self-published, of course. The page-and-a-half cover letter helpfully informs the executive that the film was inspired by a true story, then leads into a long, uninteresting anecdote about a conversation the writer had which inspired the film. The second paragraph details how the screenplay was first written as a novel and then adapted by the author. And then after that, the next paragraph says that though the script is a little long, that's mostly because of the descriptions of the settings and actions, and the writer estimates the film will be no more than 2 hours and 15 minutes. This is also the point where the writer casually mentions that several scenes are a direct riff on an existing and well-known novel, to the point that several characters assume the identities of the author's characters. Oh, and as we get to page 2 of the cover letter, the author says that all her friends have responded well to the script, and again she mentions the research on marketing that they themselves gathered. The author still hasn't shut up. There's one more page, an addendum to the cover letter. It starts with, "I forgot to mention how much research went into the script," and then spends 3 paragraphs singling out specific scenes, essentially saying little more than, "Someone told me this stuff in an interview." So finally, after I've stopped laughing so hard my throat is sore, I peel back the real cover page. I'm not greeted with fade in as I should be. No, I still have to get past a 1-page list suggesting possible cast members for the 8 lead roles. Days like this don't just make me hate my job, they make me hate writers. Now I'm going to tell you the first 2 words in the first 2 paragraphs of the script. Camera pans, and then camera moves. Never, ever, ever, never direct in the screenplay. At this point, I pretty much know all I should need to know. It's utter amateur hour. Not only can I be assured the writer has no clue what they're doing, I can already tell from the pitch that this is not something my bosses would ever go for. Unfortunately, this was not one of those times when I had the luxury of simply going back and saying what I just told you. It had been made clear to me that I had to read the whole thing. The script was wretched. There was excessive voiceover narration throughout, insanely overly detailed description, including a healthy serving of unfilmables. For those not in the know, unfilmables are what we call description that cannot possibly be shown visually. For instance, if we're told Bobby has been emotionally crippled since his mom died in his arms when he's 8, that's bad writing. If we need to know it, it should come out through dialogue or action. Putting it in description means the only people who know this are those who read the script. There are also a number of graphic sex scenes that, if filmed as described, would have earned the movie an NC-17, easily. This thing is utter garbage. It's not the most offensive spec script I've ever read, but it's definitely in my top 5 worst. I keep it as a reminder never to make the mistakes that writer did. And every now and then, it's good for a laugh. You got questions? Leave them for me in comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you back here next week.